Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a different video. I am not recording this with just, my hands on a desk. The Vital Watch production and like the launch has been so successful that I sold out in less than 24 hours, and I just don't have the time to sit down and record a video. So we're just gonna do this in my car. It's gonna be one take, and we're just gonna rock with it. So the launch of the Vital Watch has been so successful again, and I really can't thank everyone enough. But I've been getting so many questions that I just wanted to put this out there, and I have some very important information that I feel needs to be disclosed for everybody, and this is probably going to be the best way for me to do it. So, sorry for the weird format. I just thought you guys should just know what's going on. So, first and foremost, in regards to orders and where I am and stuff like that, all of my orders are being processed in chronological order right now, and I'm going to have a Twitter account that's going to be set up because a lot of people have been saying that I should probably have a social media at this point, and I'm not really big into social media, but I do have a Twitter. It never really gets used, and I think now is a good time to repurpose it. So on my Twitter account, by the time you're watching this video, I will have my order processing queue made, and it's just going to be like a Google spreadsheet where it'll have everybody's order numbers as well as a couple of like small personal notes for myself when making this. So it won't have any like personal info, but you can see which order is complete and kind of where I am and where you stand in line, and then it will hopefully be a little more clear with like how things are going with me finishing these up. I do want to also note that if you're a conversion service customer and you're sending in your Vital bracelet, you do technically have priority because I want those orders to be in and out the door as soon as possible. Primarily because I just don't want to be holding people's VBs for too long. And other than that, I will be going in chronological order, so just kind of keep that in mind. And as far as a Wave 2 goes, yes, this has been so successful that there's definitely going to be a Wave 2. I don't have an exact timeline. I do know that when I get toward the final 25% or so of my orders left to actually get mailed out, I will probably begin a Wave 2. I'm just guessing 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know, because again, production has been so crazy that I actually had to go out and buy not one but 2 printers. So this one back here, the reason I'm driving is because I had to drive an hour out and buy this guy's Prusa Mini, which is sweet. And he has 3 hours of printing time on there, so it's practically brand new. He gave me the receipt. It's less than a month old, and I got a good price on it. So that is going to be the next thing I'm going to set up here. And then I bought a Prusa i3 Mark III S, which is going to be arriving in the next week or so, which both of those 2 printers combined will speed up production times drastically. So very excited for that. I'm hoping that the production will go in full force, hopefully by the end of the week. And I know I'm currently printing as we speak, and I'm consistently working, but I am hoping that I can get into like a more rhythmic flow so I can start pushing these out more frequently. Another couple of things, I do actually really want to talk about one thing with the Vital Watch design. So when I was working on putting together some of these Vital Watches, I noticed that there was a really tight fit in some of them, and I don't know if I'm going to edit this video because I'm just a really bad video editor and it takes a lot of time, but maybe I'll have like a photo or something if I remember. If not, whoops. But there was a section in the Vital Watch where like a little hex nut is held kind of like suspended in air by a piece of plastic, and then the motherboard goes under that plastic and that mount. The fit was so tight that it actually, if you pulled on it too hard, you would basically remove I don't know what it is, I'm not an electrical engineer. I don't know if it's like a transistor or a capacitor, but there's this tiny little electrical component that's the size of a crumb, and it can break off. And when it breaks off, you lose NFC capability. And the reason that my main Vital bracelet lost NFC was because of this, and I didn't realize it. So I ended up revising that design. I scrapped that mount entirely, and I added new screw holes that basically now your main motherboard doesn't touch anything at all, and it's not suspended under anything, and it's just going to rest there, with one major screw that was already present in the original vinyl bracelet. It'll make more sense when you see it in photos, but now that hazard is now fixed, it's gone, and I'm really happy I caught it before I mailed these out. Unfortunately, that means that the first 8 vital watches I made have to get remade, so I basically just wasted a whole weekend, but that's okay. I'd rather have it, fixed than people running into issues and saying my vinyl bracelet's broken. But yeah, that revision has been made, it's been tested, it's actually been done in here, and then you can see that there's a couple of extra screws. So I gotta go and buy a mass bulk of screws. So we won't be using the stock vinyl bracelet screws anyway, so sorry, they'll just be included in the package, no harm done to the customer. But I wanted to get that out there, just full disclosure, right? Like, I'm human, and thankfully now the assembly process is even easier for you guys. And then there have been a couple of minor revisions as well. That also means that my tutorial video is no longer valid, and I wanted to really fix up my tutorial video anyway. Somebody gave the idea of doing chapters or timestamps. I don't know what they're called on YouTube, but you can kind of see where things are. So I'm going to be adding that. I'm going to be doing proper edits, and I'm going to make it more of a snappy kind of tutorial where I'm less rambly like I usually am. So we're going to try that. I'm actually going to sit down and do some real video edits. But that being said, the tutorial itself is still valid. Also, let it be known that I can remove these speakers so much better off camera. I did this flawlessly. Anyways. So that's that, right? The next thing that I want to talk about is going to be the Wave 2 supply, because a lot of people have been asking, am I going to sell the complete kits, not complete kits, the complete unit, right? Like the pre-modded Vital watch that's brand new from Amazon Japan and stuff like that. And the answer is yes, I already did. I sold 3 of them actually. And what happened is, I sold the first one immediately. It was actually my very first order within maybe within 10 seconds of me firing off my mass email to all of my customers. So it was gone in a moment, and most people just thought I didn't sell it. And then somebody was like, hey, I'm willing to pay everything right now if you just order one of these vinyl bracelets from Japan. I'm happy to wait an extra 2 weeks or whatever from your original wait time, because obviously I understand it takes time to ship, and we'll get it going. So that's cool. So I placed the order in Japan. I listed the thing, and probably within 5 seconds of me listing it, somebody else purchased it. So I had to tell both guys, hey, this was sniped. Congrats on the guy who sniped it. You're still gonna get it, right? But just I want you to know the lead times are gonna be longer because this is what's happening. So then we finally got the original guy, his pre-modded vinyl bracelet order in, and yeah, that's why you don't see any right now. It's because a lot of the vinyl bracelet, basically everything that you're seeing right now, is coming out of my own personal pocket, and that means that the two 3D printers that I have coming, well, I guess one now because I just picked this one up, but the other 3D printer I have coming, the extra supplies, all of the vinyl bracelets, they're coming out of my personal pocket right now. Etsy has not paid me out yet, and I understand that as a new seller and as a seller who is not shipping out for what seems to be 2 to 3 weeks, Etsy is going to put a reserve on my capital, which I understand. But once I get the payments for that, that's when I will start adding more pre-modded vinyl bracelets. You might see them in quantities of 5 or 10 and stuff like that. They're still going to be limited because it's a lot of money to be dumping in for a product that may or may not sell. Granted, you guys have been doing such a phenomenal job at buying me out that I am pretty confident they're going to sell, and I really appreciate that from everyone. But I just wanted to put that out there that yes, there will be more. You just got to wait a bit, and they'll be there, and we'll get it taken care of. On the note of waiting, there's a lot of things I want to talk about, guys. I'm sorry. On the note of waiting, I understand that the waitlist thing has not been working out too well, and I sent an email out to Etsy support, but to my knowledge, Etsy support is trash. So we'll see if they get back to me anytime soon. I know that there have been complications with people who are trying to put themselves on the wait list so they can be in the so they can be notified whenever a new order is present or a new listing is up. I don't know what's going on. If I can figure it out, sweet. If not, favorite my shop on Etsy. Follow me on Twitter. I will make a post whenever all of my Wave 2 stuff is going to be up, so you can go from there. Also, for all of my international buyers and buyers who are having payment complications, I'm just going to tell you now, and this is going to suck, I don't have any control over that. It's 100% through Etsy. If your payments get processed and they don't go through all the way and they get canceled, I never see the transaction mark as successful. I can't do anything. I can't cancel or refund it because I never got the money to begin with. Basically, until Etsy clears your payment, and they go through like a review process according to their website, until Etsy verifies your payment and clears it, I don't get to see anything, and I can't really help you except for show you that you've got a transaction with me that's basically on hold. So you don't have any money with me. It's all through Etsy. So you do have to go through Etsy support for that. I know it sucks. I can't really do anything about it. I'm willing to give you guys your invoice numbers and everything, and I'm willing to try to work with you guys and get it going, but that's just unfortunate. I can't really do much about it. For the people who are having those complications, and for the people who are buying the canceled orders, I can't really stop it. I do have a small back-end order of parts that I have just in case stuff like this happens, but it's not that many. I have like less than 10 of them left. So, just work with Etsy, try your best. I'm so sorry, guys. It's literally all I can do. I know that it's predominantly some of my international guys, but there doesn't really seem to be a correlation because like I've had issues where people from Korea can't buy, but then I've also had Korean buyers successfully get through. So I'm not really sure what's going on or why they flagged some people and not others. Again, support is your best bet. I really don't have much to say over that. So yeah, that's that. As far as the quantities and stuff for Wave 2, honestly, Wave 1 seems to be so busy that I'm probably just going to keep doing things in batches of 100 until it cools down, and then when I don't consistently sell 100, I'll probably just do like make them to order and stuff like that. People have been asking me about my little dim case, the little Zippo, my pocket dim case over here. This guy will be on sale eventually. My goal is to have this with Wave 2, so whenever Wave 2 comes out, you will see these. As far as color goes, maybe the hard part about colors is that I have so many orders right now that I really can't, I guess I can afford to like spend the time to change filament out and then clear the filament and then change property settings and then run it and then print and then switch back and then clear the filament again for going back to black. It's just, oftentimes it's not worth the time for me to do that, as bad as that sounds. So we'll see if there's a big enough demand. And then also, there's a lot of people who want a lot of custom colors. So we have to either standardize it or people are just gonna have to pay more for an extra color. I know that's really crummy, but this is $10. I thought that was pretty reasonable since people are paying 50 to 20 bucks for cases that, in my opinion, have lesser print quality. That sounds really good.
In 2 miles, take exit 44 for I-675 south towards Cincinnati.
But yeah, I think that's fair, right? So, I don't know. We'll discuss that at a later date. Anyways, guys, I think that is pretty much everything that I've got to say about production and everything. If you guys have any other questions, again, I'm trying my best to answer everything as fast as I can. I think I've been doing a pretty alright job. The orders have been taking me slightly longer because of that delay, but it has been fixed, thankfully, and you guys will start seeing some of the orders get processed and then mailed out very soon. Hopefully, I can start getting these orders out by like Monday or Tuesday and stuff, and then we'll start actually like cranking them out. So, thank you guys again for everyone who has been understanding and supportive. Everyone has been fantastic. Oh, by the way, last thing. In the future, moving forward, I'm trying to get this before my GPS yells at me. In the future, moving forward, all conversion kits are going to be $10 less because Etsy is a pain in the butt when it comes to creating return labels. It completes and closes my orders. So the buyer is going to be responsible for shipping to me, but I've lowered the cost of all shipping or all conversion kits by $10 US. And then for everybody who has put in a Wave 1 order that lives internationally, I have fronted the shipping cost entirely for you guys, just as a way to say thank you. But moving forward in Wave 2, that won't be a thing.
In half a mile, take exit 44 for I-675 south towards Cincinnati.
So yeah, that's the thing. I'm out of here, guys. It's been real fun. Catch me on Twitter, shoot me a follow, get that processing queue, a look if you've ordered, and I will talk to you guys real soon. Peace.